While taking care of your physical health is absolutely a huge priority, equally as important is taking care of your mental health. Having your mental health in check is extremely important, especially with these polarizing times in our world. We especially need to normalize taking care of mental health in the world of music. For many years, we've heard the tragic stories of musicians and others in that space who have succumbed to mental health challenges when they otherwise felt there was nowhere else to turn. For more information and how to support this cause, visit Live Beyond on Instagram at live.beyond27 or on Facebook at Beyond27. Thank you for your support.
The Earnestly Speaking Podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking Podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Emergency Podcast, Earnestly Podcast, of course, recording this on Thursday evening, January 15th, 2026, reacting to the big news. The first domino has fallen in the coaching carousel in the NFL. John Harbaugh is not official, but pretty much as close as going to get before a contract is signed. John Harbaugh is now new football coach of the New York Football Giants. And I'm joined here, of course, my little brother, Maurice Rogers with us. We're going to react to this, both big Giants fans. We had to talk about this because it's a big deal. Mo, what's going on, brother?
What's up?
So I sent you the text last night. You're probably asleep.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Okay, so you wake up this morning, you get the text from me saying Harbaugh is pretty much close to a done deal. What's your reaction?
At first, I was like, do I like this? And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, it's got to be way better than anything we've had in the last since Coughlin.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's a good coach, brings some stability. My question is, what kind of coordinators are we going to get now?
Yeah, that's the first thing. The first thing get back to you was like, "Oh, cool. Now, who are we going to the coordinators?" And honestly, well, so far it looks like Monken's going to be joining him on the staff in New York, which is fun because the reason Harbaugh got fired was because not even because of the Lamar thing, but because I guess the ownership wanted him to let go and make changes to the staff, and Harbaugh said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And that's what prompted the firing of Harbaugh last week with Baltimore.
There was reports out there also saying that him and Lamar were kind of not getting along.
Yeah, that's what we heard too. Also, and I heard also Lamar not getting along with the staff either. So, which obviously, you take some of that with a grain of salt. But also, there's sometimes some truth to some things they say there, and then sometimes there's embellished. But all in all, though, I've been saying it 3 years though, and look, I've been one of the bigger John Harbaugh critics the last 3 years, where I've said that maybe they've reached their ceiling with this guy. Maybe maybe things gotten stale there. I mean, you can argue that a lot of the reason why they haven't won a Super Bowl the last 3 years is because of decisions he's made in key moments. And I said that maybe it's time to move on from him. Now, having said that, I've always said that even when I had that stance, I said he's still a top 10 coach in the league, without question. So I always acknowledge that. But sometimes relationships get stale. Sometimes you got to move on things. It happens. But to be honest with you, I don't know how you felt about this, but the guy I wanted for the last 2 months was Kevin Stefanski. That's who I wanted.
Stefanski?
Yeah. The day they fired Daboll, I said, I want Stefanski. And I actually had this like conspiracy theory. I went to the conspiracy theory, EJ moment here, where I thought that he literally was trying to get himself fired by the way he handled the Shador situation.
Well, that whole thing is weird because we don't know if that was all on him because obviously it looked like they were trying to sabotage Shador. And we don't know if that was him or who was saying not to start. There's no way he should have been the third QB on the roster.
Bro, he was the fourth one at one point, remember?
Yeah. He was the fourth QB on the roster
at one point, yeah. So
we don't know if that was coming straight from the top or if the top actually liked Shador and Stefanski didn't, or if they told him not to start Shador. I mean, I don't know. You don't know what was going on there.
So a lot of the reaction I've heard around my circle and people that follow me and I follow them and they're Giants fans. It's mostly positive, but there's been a few people saying. I know one friend of mine who was like complaining on one of my threads. He's like, I much would rather gotten a young coordinator who was a hip, fresh and whatnot. I'm like, hold on a second, bro.
That doesn't always work.
What? Not only that, but what do you think the last 11 years have been? Have you been paying attention?
Yeah,
we've tried that in the last decade. It's failed. Who do you think Brian Daboll was? Who do you think Ben McAdoo was in the first place? The thing you're saying that you wanted, we've done, and it failed miserably. Pay attention. Joe Judge too. Same thing.
The problem is, people see coaches like what's the guy's name out of Indianapolis right now?
The guy Steichen.
Yeah, they see him. He's basically the quarterback whisperer. They see guys like that. They see McVay. They see Shanahan, and they're like, "Oh, we need to get an offensive coordinator like right now." And it's like, not every single offensive coordinator are those guys. The Ben Johnsons and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Mike McDaniel, for example, of that.
Mike McDaniel is a good example.
Coordinator, not a good coach.
Exactly. What's his name from the Patriots?
Josh McDaniel.
Josh McDaniel, one of the top coordinators in the league. You saw what happened when he tried to become a head coach.
Twice.
Pretty bad. Yeah, twice. So it doesn't always work like that. Oh, just go get a coordinator, some young offensive genius. Yeah.
So, when Harbaugh got fired and the reports out the gate was Giants. Like it happened pretty quick. It was very quick. It was, and not only that, it was like the first team that kept was the Giants, and it was like it was going to be a Giants, and then we hit reports where they full court pressed the guy. We're not leaving this guy. We're going to go to dinner with this guy. We're going to get what money he wants. We're going to give him. I mean, the report is now it's a 5-year deal at $100 million.
Yeah, they said he met during the process. He met with Jackson Dart. I'm like, that's kind of weird for somebody that doesn't even have the job.
Yeah,
it's like they already knew.
That's how I knew. Because they mentioned that last week during the Ole Miss Miami game. Because Dart was there at the game.
Yeah.
And he's supporting his alma mater. And they had mentioned that he met with the Harbaugh. So, it was kind of the run was a wall pretty early. And honestly, I started talking myself into like, you know what? Harbaugh should be number one. I want Stefanski. At the end of the day, I think for me, the reason why I'm so excited about this move, I get the Tom Coughlin feel again. Whereas I'm back now to having a coach where I feel stable. It's like a comfort thing for me now. Like, I never felt comfortable with Ben McAdoo. And I hated Ben McAdoo from day one. Even when I went to the playoffs, I couldn't stand the guy. Shermer it didn't come for Shermer. Joe Judge was a fucking disaster. Brian Daboll, I tried to talk myself into that, but by year 3, it was like, this may not work. I want to support the guy, but I don't see him to work. And then you hear reports about how him and some of the staff are not getting along. It's time to go back to what works and what's stable. And to me, John Harbaugh is the epitome of that. He may not be a great coordinator or can call plays, but one thing John Harbaugh can do better than most coaches in the league, put together a great fucking staff. Yeah, and that's important.
That's what I'm most concerned with, because I actually think Daboll could have worked, but the guys they hired, like the defensive coordinator, what was he with the amount of talent that was on that defense? There was no reason why. There was no reason why they should have been that bad. Like, made no sense.
No, bro, without question. I mean, I think he lost his job mainly because he didn't make a move when he should have made a move. Had he fired Bowen after the Denver game, that fucking disaster, he has a job still, Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
but he didn't fire him. And then he getting fired anyway by Kafka. Good job, Mike Kafka. You know what I mean? So it's, at the end of the day, I like this move mainly because it feels like a safe move for the Giants. You get a guy that can put together a program. He's 63 years old, looks very young, takes care of himself. He's probably gonna be here a long time. I mean, God willing, be here a long time. I mean, if it works out. I just like at the end of the day, we're back to Bill Parcells. We're back to Jim Fossil. We're back to now Tom Coughlin. Stability matters. People give me shit about like how I'm defending Mike Tomlin. And look, there's a case that Mike Tomlin should have been done in Pittsburgh a couple of years ago. But the reality is this, though.
The problem with Tomlin is that he's so good of a coach that they never got the opportunity to hit the reset button.
No. And
he coached up teams that had no business of being in the playoffs, and it showed once they got into the playoffs. And their draft pick was always middle of the pack. They never got an opportunity to get another quarterback after Roethlisberger.
Exactly.
So that was the issue with Tomlin.
His success hurt him in a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
The fans are like, "Oh, well, we're not going to Super Bowls, not winning playoff games." And I'm sitting there like the Giants fans saying, "Like, are you fucking guys kidding me? I would take being your spot right now, being 10-7, and at least having an opportunity to compete for Super Bowl as opposed to like 4-13, my season ending before Halloween.
Every single year.
Every single year. Like the perspective is so warped.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh, in a sense, is in the same way too. Also, John Harbaugh has never really had a terrible, maybe one or two really bad seasons, but other than that, him and Tomlin are pretty similar in their careers in terms of like what they've accomplished with their teams. Won Super Bowl, they've been to many playoff appearances and whatnot, and stability and all that. Because that's what I want. I think that's at the end of the day, we live in a very like microwave society where people want results right now.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. Look at the team in New York, another team in New York, and the Jets. Change coach every 2-3 years. The Browns change coach every 2-3 years. How the fuck is that working?
The problem is people see when they see the success happening right away, they think that could happen for every team, but it doesn't work like that.
No,
it doesn't work like that. Like when you see Ben Johnson and, like I said, McVay and Shanahan when they came and instantly turned it around.
Yeah, and even Shanahan took a little bit too. Also took a couple.
Yeah, years. It took him a little while. Yeah,
so I it's just one of those things where like, especially I made the comparison the other day on the show about like how like there's a thing now called Steeler privilege, where like because they won so many Super Bowls and there's a standard to be held, they're not they 10-7, 9-8 is not satisfactory. And while I agree with you on that to some extent, just be glad you're not fucking going 4-13 every year.
Yeah, what do you expect when you don't have a quarterback?
Yeah,
like Aaron Rodgers. If you wanted to pick up Aaron Rodgers, you should have did it as soon as he left Green Bay.
Yeah, agree. I mean, you decided to go with Russell Wilson and the corpse of freaking I don't know who. I mean, you had who else? You had Justin Fields and
Mason Rudolph before them. Who else did they have? There was another guy before him, I think. Yeah, because Roethlisberger retired what, 19?
21, maybe 21.
21,
maybe
19.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I love the move. I think it's great. So
what do you think about Munkin?
He's fine. He has success. I mean,
this
synergy there already as is. Dart's a mobile quarterback, so you're gonna have a little bit of Lamar stuff there. What my fear is that I don't want them to turn him to Lamar in a sense where I don't want him. No, granted, Lamar throws the ball a lot more now.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, when Lamar first came in, he was a project. He was a running quarterback that they had to improve his passing, whereas Dart is a better passer, but that can run.
Which is funny because Lamar, even in college, was a great passer too. But because he ran the variables of the amount of times he ran versus pass was almost even in a sense. Whereas now it's probably a little more 65-35 pass to run. He's actually a very good job at passer now. Done a great job with that. And Dart, you've seen signs this year of a guy that he can be very very good. I mean, he's just got to stay healthy.
You
He's
just
got to
gotta
stop
get
being
down.
stubborn.
Just get down. You picked up your 10 yards. Get down.
I always say, know the value of your worth to your team. Like, you're no good to your team if you're on the sideline.
I wasn't too sure. I wasn't too sure about Monken at first. I was like, oh, I hope he isn't just hiring friends. But then I looked up his resume because I wasn't too familiar with him, and he was with the Bulldogs when they went to back-to-back championships and won in both 2021, 22. And he was with the Browns in 2019, and to this day, that's career high passing.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. I am surprised he hasn't gotten any head coaching opportunities yet, or taking any jobs anyway. But yeah, he's good. So like, what do you think? Before we get out of here, what do you think? In terms of like in the immediate, like what do you expect the next year? Because I think one thing I will say, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, we're going to the playoffs or we're going to the Super Bowl immediately. No, I'm not going to do all that crap. Here's what I will say.
To be honest,
I'll say one for the Giants though. I'll say this much: the days of being a bottom feeder in the NFL are over.
Yeah, I think so.
4-13 is over now. There's no way. There's no John Harbaugh teams going 4-13 anymore on a consistent basis anymore. That's not happening, barring injury.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be as bad as we've been the past few years. The main thing for me, though, number one for me is who are we getting at DC at defensive coordinator? I was looking at some names out there. A lot of older guys: Jim Schwartz, Dennis Allen, Mike Zimmer. But apparently, I saw a report online saying the front runner is Anthony Weaver.
Where's he from?
Which Baltimore.
So basically, it's Baltimore 2.0 here.
Yeah. But
I'm not against it, to be honest with you. But that's not okay. I know they had a rough year, 8-9, grossly underwhelmed this year. We agree with that. Let's be clear about this, Maurice. When the season starts next year, they're one of the Super Bowl favorites. Still.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not going to change. Then all of a sudden this sucks now.
Right.
Okay, you still Lamar Jackson, top 2 quarterback in the league. You still got fucking King Henry, who's going to be. That's a fucking beast. You still got those guys and a really good team around them. They're still super contenders. So you're bringing a staff over that has had a lot of success, at least getting to the playoffs and winning playoff games. Over here on the Giants team that already has talent. I mean, I'm not going to say the Giants. To me, the Giants were actually second. It's funny. Harbaugh. So I with Kyle on the show yesterday, we did a rankings of the top jobs, vacant jobs right now. Number 1 was Baltimore, available. And number 2 is number 2 available grades the Giants. So you have the guy that gets fired by the team with the best job available and going to the next best job available, the Giants.
Yeah.
So you bring a staff that's had success to a team that has talent. Okay, no one's doubts the Giants don't have talent. In fact, if the Giants won half of those games they blew this year, they're a 7-win team this year. And if they won the 3/4 of those games, they're playing for a playoff spot this year.
I think we're kind of, as far as talent goes, we're neck and neck on opposite sides of the ball with Atlanta. They have more offensive talent. We have more defensive talent.
I actually think the offensive talent is actually almost like a wash because while they do have a better, they got Bijan, obviously, who's phenomenal.
Yeah, Bijan's top 5 running back in the league, if not top 3.
But in receivers, what Wandale did this year, what Neighbors, when healthy, does, I think we have a better receiving core in there than them right now. And I like Drake London, obviously, but
they have a better tight end, even though he got hurt.
Kyle Pitts?
Yeah.
He finally woke up.
Yeah.
But
then he got hurt right after.
I'll take him in New York too. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd afford him though, but
I think that's my number one concern. Defensive coordinator. What are we going to do there? Because with all those names and talent on defense, there's no reason why they shouldn't have been that bad. My second concern is filling out the roster properly on defense in particular. Corners are so bad. So bad. Corners. Yeah. So bad. I think we get another linebacker to play alongside Okereke. And then, I think the first position we should draft, if available, right tackle. Right tackle.
What do you think? Okay, so what 3 or 4 in the pecking order?
We're 5. 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say trade the pick.
Trade it.
Trade a pick.
What if there's an
assets.
offensive lineman sitting right there? Because we need an interior. They're talking about letting go one of our interior offensive linemen because he hasn't been able to stay healthy, and we've been needed a right tackle for years now. For years.
Yeah, we'll go to the left side. We just need a right guy. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I like the idea of having more assets too. Also,
yeah, it's true. If you see other players that you can get later, I wouldn't mind trading back the pick.
But that's also the assumption that you trust Joe Shane to scout well. That's what scouting matters now.
He hasn't done a bad job. I would say the most egregious thing is letting Saquon go, but keeping him wouldn't have helped us either. So, well, I mean, it's kind of a wash.
The Saquon thing looks bad only because of the way it played out. Okay,
and Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks made it look real bad.
Hard Knocks, plus where he went to,
and then winning a Super Bowl and being the season that he had. Yeah, it
was like a avalanche of like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
it started with Hard Knocks. He was like, "That's what they did," and then he goes to the Eagles. You're like, he goes with the Eagles. Okay, whatever. Then he has the season he has, and then you're like, okay. And then they win the Super Bowl. You're like, well, yeah.
And that's the thing too. Also, if Saquon went to the Raiders, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, nobody would care.
He'll probably play great, but they probably be no more than a 6-win team.
Yeah.
He went to the team. He went to our biggest rival. You know what I'm saying? And then they do what they did. And for the record, I told you this too. Also, before it happened. The reason why I wanted them to sign Saquon is because I was scared that he would go to Philadelphia because they already showed signs they wanted him there, and he's from the area.
Yeah,
so it made sense. But here's the thing. Also, I'm encouraged to. Also, I'll give you two teams last year that had new coaches and the record previous year. Jaguars last year, they had went 4-13. Right? They bring in Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen 13-4 first year. Okay.
Yep.
Division. Mike Vrabel. The Patriots went 4-13 last year as well too. Big Mike Vrabel. Okay, another. By the way, Vrabel, an established guy already in Tennessee. Okay, 14-3 this year. Well, I got to play with one also on top of that. So,
yeah, Ben Johnson as well.
Ben Johnson, new coach in Chicago. The Bears won 5-12 last year. 11-6, won the Division 2 seed in the NFC. Also won a playoff game this year. So again, I mean, and I'm not saying it goes for every coach that happens, but if you get the right coach, and I know right off the bat, I can say with full authority that John Harbaugh is the right guy for the job. Now, how well he does, sure, is what happens. But I for the first time since 2015, we have stability here.
Yeah,
and that's what I care about right now. So that's why I think ultimately I ended up changing my mind on Stefanski, not because he can't do the job, but I think I got so tired of the retreads and I got tired of the young hotshot coordinator. Give me the try and true again, because the Giants always do well with try and true. Try and true, Jim Fossil, Bill Parcells, and Tom Coughlin. Boom.
Yeah. What's Stefanski's background anyway?
He was the offensive coordinator for the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Before then, and he has 2 Coach of the Years also. I don't know if you know that, but Cleveland, which is hard to do. Which is hard to do in Cleveland, for the record. You know what I mean? So check it out real quick. I'm just gonna look up his resume here a second. Kevin Stefanski. So Kevin Stefanski, where is it? There it is, right there. So he played in. He's 43 years old. Number one, he's younger than me. What the fuck? He's older than me. What the hell? So he's a quarterback. He was an assistant quarterbacks coach with the Vikings for a long time. He was in Minnesota a long time actually. He was in Minnesota from 2006 through 19.
That was that's a long time.
He was a quarterback assistant to head coach. He was the quarterbacks coach, tight ends coach, running backs coach, quarterbacks. He was an offensive guy. So, and then Chicago, and then Cleveland had him for 6 years. 2-time AP Coach of the Year, first team Ivy League. Yeah. I would have taken him also too. But again, like I said, Harbaugh's Harbaugh, man. Harbaugh is a future Hall of Famer.
Who do you want at DC?
I'm not, dude. Honestly,
I wish we could get a guy like Saleh or or Flores. That would be so sweet.
You just said it. Brian Flores. But Flores either goes back to Minnesota or he gets a heck of a job. Honestly.
I mean, why would he want to stay there though?
Where, Minnesota?
Yeah, why would you want to stay there? Why not go to, when you look at a team like New York and all the talent they have on that line, and our safeties aren't bad either. We got Nubin and Holland. Our safeties aren't bad. We just need corners and maybe another linebacker, interior linebacker. If we're playing 3-4.
I guess we're talking about coordinators. I guess money plays a big factor in that too. Also, I guess
Yeah.
I mean, we got to pay a pretty penny. We're paying a lot of money for John Harbaugh. So, is the money in the kitty for a high price DC?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think no. I'll be honest with you. I really feel that Forrest is going to Baltimore.
You think so?
I think so. It's a great fit. It's a great fit. It's a great fit. Lamar, him and Lamar, blackified Baltimore. Come on, man.
Yeah, it might be a little too black. Might be a little too black.
No, it ain't black enough.
You got Flores, then you got Henry, then you got Lamar.
Yep. And that's why I like it. I think
I like it.
Fit there.
I would like it better in New York, but
of course, yeah, of course. No, but the thing is too also like it will correct the biggest issue they had last year was defense.
Yeah,
because that was not a problem. You got Lamar and Derrick Henry. You can't fail with that. It's the defense that really was an issue last year.
I just don't know how you could look at New York's defensive line and not say this is the most attractive coordinator job in the league right now that's available.
Oh, without question. And I said that this is why it was number 2 in the league, vacant in the league, because Baltimore's number 1 because of obvious reasons. You number 1, you go there, you're immediately a Super Bowl contender, and number 2, you have a top 2 quarterback in the league, Lamar.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So, any other before we get you out of here? Any other coaching situations that you're looking at, like that's interesting you outside New York?
Atlanta.
It's a good job, actually.
They have a lot of talent. And
a good owner. I love Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
Very good owner. He's a very good owner, and he will be loyal. They fired Raheem, but they fired the entire front office. Honestly, it wasn't people were making a little like fire Raheem 2 years because he's no. They fired the entire front office, dude. They want complete change.
I mean, you know how it is nowadays. People got to play the race card for everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. But I think
and then Cleveland's another one too. But they have so far to go on offense. They have no offensive talent.
Well, I mean,
Judy is a number 2 at best.
He's overrated as shit, bro.
Njoku isn't Njoku anymore. And that's about everything I can name on offense. I mean, there's Shador, but we don't know what he is. We don't know if he's good or not.
Well, that's the thing. The assumption is Shador will be the starting quarterback next year, right?
There was a report out after the end of the season that they were saying that Shador has earned the opportunity to become the starter next year.
Well, but
it all depends on who they hire and whatnot. So
the big barrier is gone. Stefanski was the one that was kind of resisting that for a long time, so he's gone. So now you can just throw him in there. The Miami situation, I think the Miami situation is the worst situation of the 9 teams.
You have no quarterback. Tyreek is done probably with that type of injury. They say he might never come back. And
they have cap issues beyond belief that to go through. So
yeah.
So the Miami situation is bad. I actually I'm curious about the Vegas one. The Vegas issue, the one I'm really curious about because they have talent there. You got Brock Bowers. You have Max Crosby. Although he may be pissed off.
I don't know if Gentry is good or bad. They said that line is terrible.
The line was horrible last year. So I'm not.
I can't tell if Gentry is good or bad or not.
How do you be bad at running back though? Your job is to run through a hole.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Well, look at Saquon when he played for us. Getting tackled behind the line before he could even get to the line.
Our line sucked.
That's what I'm saying.
Sucked. Yeah, I don't understand that. It's hard to be bad at running back. That's my opinion. Unless you're fumbling the ball all the time. So those are the jobs I'm looking at in terms of like a intrigue. Cleveland, like I said, is decent. Miami, Arizona doesn't matter. No one cares about Arizona.
Yeah, that's one of them teams that they'll just never get it together.
Kind of stupid. And the worst part, I want to coach there. You know why? Not because it's not a great city, because they fire a coach every 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to try to give the guy 3 years first and put the program down?
Yeah.
Like, come on, no one's coaching a team now for that. That's why they can't draw anybody. You know, because
they do have talent on offense, though. On offense, they maybe draft another running back, but then you think about it, they got Marvin Harrison, who made a huge improvement. He bulked up, and people were worried about it, but after having a rough start to the season, he kind of came on towards the mid and late end of the season. And then they have what's his name? My opinion, the best tight end in the league.
I forgot his name. Damn it! I know what you're talking about. 85, right?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. But they don't have a quarterback though. Kyler Murray's down there, I think.
No, I don't think he's good.
The funny thing is, Kyler Murray might be the biggest name right now to not in the market, but to trade for.
I wouldn't trade for him. It's the same. It's the same issue that the reason why they don't like short quarterbacks is because they can't see over the line. Most of these linemen are like 6'4", 6'5". Some of them are like 6'8". You can't see over the line. How are you going to pass the ball? Everything has to be a rollout.
Well, for me, the problem with the money. The money's
the money's bad too.
He's expensive right now. I think he's getting paid. Let me see right now. Kyler Murray's contract right now. Currently, he is in the middle of a 5-year, $23 million deal. Like, he signed, I think, 3 years ago. I think it's almost over. So you have one more year. He's still 28 years old. Okay, what the hell is this? Hold on, this is wrong. So if they cut him, they take a big cap hit also too. So they're gonna try to trade him. And here's the thing: there could be a market for him too, also, because there's so many teams need quarterbacks that they could be a team that might say, "Hey, I'll rehab him. We'll see. He's talented enough, but he has two more years on his current deal, and then a club option in 28.
Yeah.
So I think it's plausible he will get moved. Not necessarily easily, but because I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway,
let me see if there's any free agent corners. Maybe we could pick somebody up.
I'm not a fan of like maybe getting one. Would you take fucking what's his face from Dallas? Well, it's not Dallas anymore. He was in Green Bay.
Yeah, he's in Green Bay now.
What's his face? Diggs.
No.
Diggs?
No.
It's Diggs, right?
Yeah, it's Diggs. Yeah.
He's cooked, right?
He's cooked.
He's cooked. Yeah.
He don't look the same.
No. Too many injuries.
I am not seeing anything at corner at all.
Yeah.
Jamel Dean from Tampa Bay, but they'll probably re-sign him.
Yep. Which means down to the draft.
Draft. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at all. Wow.
No one's in the market yet too well. So I think you're seeing teams now see that. I'll be honest with you. I think that's the hardest position to evaluate. It's corner.
Oh yeah.
Because there are guys that like they'll have a good 2 or 3 years, and then they just like Diggs was like looked at like, oh my god, this is going to be the next big thing, and he fucking fell off over a cliff.
You know when you're looking up free agents looking for a corner and you get to the number 28 free agent and his name is Russell Wilson, that you should just stop looking.
And that's where we end the show, because Russell Wilson's cooked also. I love Russ, man, but he is cooked.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Good job, man, as always.
All right.
Good job.
Later.